Whoa. Hi, Nico. OMG, hi. It's almost as if we never really stopped talking. Crazy. I honestly have no idea if any of this is really gonna work out, because I don't stream outside of streaming in my shitty little server, but that's fine. I'm going to try and find out. Here we go. A schizophrenic is talking. Listen and learn. Alright. Well. I honestly can't believe that I've managed to get to 291 subscribers in such a short amount of time. But I'm here. And honestly, that's crazy to me. Yeah. Mostly just through playing Payday 3 and uploading videos on it, and Payday the Heist on Payday 2 to some degree. And, somehow I still can't say that I'm very happy about the state that the game is in. Which is a given. Oh, look at all these lobbies. Have you let Dita hurt? Okay, if the lobby is full, then I was gonna play the base game heists in order, but I'm just gonna join these fellas for now to get back into the swing of things, so I can get back in the saddle.
Get your game face on.
Oh. Okay. Unmodded, by the way. I have no idea how to play this game anymore. It's been too long.
Just don't let your guard down. They'll be back.
Where are we? In Canada. Yeah. I have spent so much time playing this game with friends, with randoms all by myself, and well, I can't say the game is in a good state, and I can't even say that I'm looking forward to any of the content that's coming out.
Police assault incoming.
I'm just too upset, too soured. But at least there's Mr. Pizza here. Which is pretty nice. Base game, by the way. I love it again. Please don't, like, say high floor every 5 minutes like you promised.
Okay, time to get messy.
I mean, you can if you want to. Yeah, I think it would boost my viewership. I forgot to do my bed. Damn. I'll do it next time.
Get ready, guys. The cops are preparing to give it all they got. Cops are sending in the sabotage squad.
Now that I'm actually in the game, their names aren't even as funny, so it wasn't really worth that. Boys in Blue was a heist. I remember when it came out and everyone hyped it up to be the most amazing thing ever. And then it turned out to be a parking lot shootout. That was really cool. Sneak off.
This attack wave won't stop until they have you in custody. Get the fuck out of there.
Time to kill everyone.
Again. Like, I mentioned it in one of the videos that I did, that the smash and grab for Boys in Blue is actually quite interesting because they did a new objective on it, which, having it be a standalone heist is iffy, but it was free. It was quite nice. But then also, like, it could have been implemented in the base heist as an update for content, but can't expect players to get anything for free.
Hoxton is down.
Bonk. Bonk. Oh, I can revive the sociopath on. I thought that wasn't a thing. What am I thinking of? I think you can't use bags or something. Where's the techie on here? I forget already.
Get fucking moving, people. The cops are not backing down this time.
You should just hide in the corner somewhere.
Somebody help Hoxton. Houston is down.
Let's get up.
Is back from custody.
Oh god. Oh no.
Christ, Houston is down.
That's the sniper up there? Yeah. This didn't shoot me this time.
Cops will keep coming for you until you're dead or in custody.
thought I was supposed to have a sociopath on, but apparently not. Because I do have the marking skill. I don't know what my build is. I just
3 bags
do
and
not
counting.
care enough to really look at it.
That's 5. That's 8. Good work, people.
There we
That's
go.
how it's done.
Cool, boys in blue done. Not one of the heists that I wanted to play. But whatever.
Hoxton is out of custody.
Cool.
If anyone could walk into a police station and get my shit back,
The cool reward screen. Alright. So, do I not have any of the... No, I do. Hang on, I didn't get any fucking health there. Was it because I was lacking rush or something? Nah, can't be. Ugh. Heist slump. So true! I love heist slump. It's my favorite thing. Okay, now to actually go about what I was going to do. Obviously, I mean, the base heist in this game are weak. When the game came out... Bless you. When the game came out, I think everyone talked about the heists being kind of lackluster in a way. And No Rest for the Wicked was like the biggest offender in that regard. It was the heist that everyone played during the beta, and obviously because of it being the beta, it had the mystique of holy shit, Payday 3 is around the corner, but also like, is this everything that the first heist has to offer? Like, how much is there going to be? And when the game eventually did come out, and there wasn't much difference in the higher difficulties, and there was little to no randomization, yeah. I mean, I was already pissed at the launch of the game, especially with the cutscenes being so poorly made. I can't really say No Rest for the Wicked is a great introductory heist. I think at one point I did say that, but it's also just weak. It's just super weak. Let's do it like this. Okay, here's the thing that I wanted to do. I'm going to disappear. Whoa. And if I ever load in... There we go. Skipping the intro, but not really. Great. Here we go. I reappear on my health bar. It's much comfier there. Yeah, you've got the shutters here, which are supposed to increase the likeliness of you being able to actually do this in stealth or whatever, which is nice, and then never pops up on any other heist, really. Not really all that useful on here, but whatever. Got the ATMs, which you can't. Can you not? I thought you could. I'm already forgetting things. Obviously you got the outside area, you can go through the side. So you do have some choice about how you want to take this. Again, I keep saying this every single time, but I just do not really care about stealth. To me, I just never really saw stealth as all that appealing. Oh. Oopsie.
You can't be here. Move it. All right, follow me.
The upside of stealth no longer failing as soon as you get caught versus stealth becoming a lot more tedious, a lot longer, and a lot more forgiving. As like a middle ground you can have. And if you choose any of the skills that are stealth related, you just make it 10 times easier. Are you fucking with me? Right. No, you're on. You're right. But I think like none of the fucking modifiers rotated since those were put in rotation. What?
Hey.
I personally think it's good that most of the modifiers are out of rotation because armor piercing was an insult. Armor piercing was so fucking annoying to deal with. Oops. Yeah. The fucking survey. Didn't take them out entirely either, though. So the tactical flash lines are just a base game mechanic now, which, I mean, I guess they were before as well. The fact that calling backup is a base game now is just upsetting, though. I personally think the specials should be handled in measured amounts. Having too many of them is just going to end up in shit smaxing.
Stay out of the restricted areas, okay?
But you also have the FSA, so at that point, ramping up special spawns doesn't do anything. Okay, where does that... Does the phone spawn the toilets? Nah, it doesn't, right? Take these real quick. This is phone spawn. Hello. Ah, it's back there. Okay. Lead guard, Cerberus core, Titan cams are like the only stealth modifiers now.
I will need you to come with me. This area is restricted.
Cerberus core was the hack stuff, right? Yeah, hack runtimes are reset after 5 seconds.
Stay out of the
I
restricted
personally
area.
don't mind that one as much, I guess. Fucking suck me. I don't want to do the stealth anyway. Did I not? Anyway, I'm dumb. I am... Okay.
Let's switch plans.
Okay, well... Hello, snoozers. The lead guard is the only stealth modifier. Well, next to Cerberus core. If you want to call that one stealth modifier. Yeah, anyway, going from stealth to loud. There are so many cool things that they did with the loud in here, where they obviously realized that on the higher difficulties in Payday 2, there are no there's no downtime. So they made one big downtime at the start that you can control through trading. And then you have No Rest for the Wicked, which was one of the first heists where people found out that they could trade so long that half the heist would be skimmed before the first police forces come in. So they went out of their way to just make it entirely impossible to trade. Or not really impossible, but unnecessary to trade. Which was really, really cool. And Payday 3 does not have players, these are all fake. So the thermite comes down, you pop that in. And immediately after, the assault wave would start, even if you've delayed it with any amount of hostages. And so you would keep all the hostages around, which there's like 30 of them in this level, which is why it also runs so poorly probably. And then, as soon as the first assault wave is over, you trade all of them for resources. So you have around 50 repair kits and 50 first aid kits.
More cops on the way. They're in 30 seconds.
There's a nice little trans flag on there, which isn't been modded in or anything.
We have zappers incoming, people.
I have never spoken to a Payday player. I just do not surround myself with Payday players. I try to think about it in the way that they're just a figment of my imagination. Keep me company when I'm lonely. There's this thing where you're, if you have hostages near you, then the blue swans will take out their pistol in order to obviously not shoot the hostages, though I don't think they can in the first place. Which I thought was a really neat mechanic. So you had the ability to trade them for extra time, or trade them for resources, or just use them as a way of keeping the cops in check so that they deal less damage. Because the pistol does less damage than their assault rifle. And that was such a neat mechanic, and I thought that was really, really cool, and I wish that they would kind of like expand upon that. Really turn that into a proper gameplay mechanic, and they sort of did. The human shields. But then they also kind of forgot that they existed. I feel like with the Skills 2.0, which is not right around the corner, but I think at some point in the future, so probably next year, it's just not going to exist anymore.
Time to kill everyone.
That was the segment in Payday the Highest, where in my video, my long video, I talked about how it's important to kind of like keep a certain point in mind for where the cops are coming from. Like in front of you, behind you. And No Rest for the Wicked has very obvious spawn closets, which are elevators in here. This is where all the cops come out of, which is really original. I don't know where the elevators are going, but apparently they're full of cops. It's also the outside area, so they go through the main door, the main entrance. But mostly they come out of this elevator right here. And I think that it makes it too easy to anticipate where cops are coming from. It has to be like a little more nuance to it. But expecting nuance from Payday is like expecting a blind person to know what you're pointing at. Starbreeze threatens to drop content. Or like Starbreeze teases to threaten dropping content. Because those motherfuckers ain't dropping anything. They're gonna be talking about how they have this like great crowd audio mechanic that they've made that games have had since the early 2000s.
But keep your masks on.
They actually go about releasing any content. So this is your first trading phase, and I don't have any skills, but I can get a first aid kit.
Cops are bringing in naders.
I also only have 3 consumables. Yeah, I don't really care about talk about the armor system anymore. It's such a done deal. It's such a bother.
Check those
A
corners.
detail that you can kind of keep in mind, I guess. Something that's an extra. Oh wow, stutter. That's how you know it's done. In Pay to the Heist in Best World Bank, there are the main pillars that if they get shot up, they lose their panels. And it's supposed to show you that there's actively a shootout going on and everything's being torn to pieces, to shreds. It's really nice. It really sets the mood. It's great. No Rest for the Wicked does something similar.
Get ready.
Payday 3 in general does something similar, actually. Where all the bullet holes just never disappear. And, I mean, they never disappear. God damn it.
Get ready, guys. The cops
It is incredibly fucking annoying. Because, I think a friend of mine mentioned that the bullet holes, the decals, cause performance drops after a while. For many dollars. So you have the cool, the blood splatter, which will actually disappear, all the bullet holes, it looks great, and eventually your fucking performance drops down to like 10 FPS. And it's very noticeable on one of the least worst heists. Touch the Sky. Because they all come from one area, and shoot towards one area, which is usually the main entrance. And then in the main hallway, there will be bullet holes everywhere. Looks great. It also tanks your performance to an unsurmountable degree.
Get out of there as fast as you can. The cops will not end the attack wave until
Ow.
you're dead.
Ow. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Actually managed to run out of ammo in Payday 3. That's crazy. Not like it really matters. The Bren shreds so hard. Funny Teddy brought that. I still don't quite understand how... Oh god. No Rest for the Wicked ends up being the worst running heist in the game, but... it still runs supreme. Jesus Christ. It's gonna turn around, come on.
This attack wave
Ah!
won't stop until they have to
Wasn't even
custody. Get the fuck out of there.
Okay. I should make a new build with Solid in it. I'm so fucking sick and tired of this bullshit. I mean, even if I end up using Solid, then there's a chance that it might just not pop. Tasers in this game do suck. So true. But so do all of the specials. Ugh, especially the dozer. Two naders. The nader sucks too. I like Mr. Pizza. Unmodded, by the way. I would never use mods. Which is why my buffs are
People,
flowers and a shrimp.
cracking down this time.
I had this debate about if the shields in this game are really better because of the window. Because it's nice that you can shoot them through the little window. It also kind of effectively turns them into just a heavier enemy that you have to be more precise with. And that kind of defeats the purpose of his shield. I think one of my friends mentioned that in Pay to the Heist, shields are technically not considered specials rather than just being commons. You have your common swans and you have your uncommons, and the shields are supposed to be uncommon. Thinking about that actually, yeah, that kind of makes sense. I would rather them being somewhat uncommon and somewhat of a challenge to fight than a common enemy that they constantly throw at you that you just shoot through the little window and they're dead. Cause like, look right there. Hear me. I don't know what's going on here. I think they want her to throw the bag in, but even if... OMG, hi snoozes, hi hooligan, hi Nico, all my 3 viewers. Oh god, that's... That's no rest for the wicked. On overkill.
That was epic. I really do
That
love this
was
smell of
epic.
thermite in a bank building.
Fuck. Yeah, no rest for the wicked as a starter heist is our basic, and you'd think that it would pick up after, but not particularly. Let's use the Glock instead. And the Eagle Heavy, because I love the Eagle Heavy. Alright, road rage. Shade is a really, really good character, and I have definitely turned down the VO slider in the past to 0 because I couldn't stand listening to her. I might also still have Shane Be Quiet installed, but I'm not sure if that works anymore. Also, one of my favorite things, yeah, okay, so in Payday, the heist in Payday 2, it's incredibly easy to just jump into a heist and immediately be done with it. You'll be listening to the pre-planning, you'll be listening to the loading screen at the start, the black screen where they do their little intros, and then you're in. In a Payday 3, you're mostly waiting on loading screens. Especially at launch. That was my favorite. Everyone was waiting on loading screens. It was such a great time. Here we go.
The diversion worked. Let's get going. The truck will be here any moment. Grab the EMP and set it up where we're aiming for the transport to stop. The clock's ticking. We have about 90 seconds until the transport's here. Set up the EMP.
Guys, stop.
and make sure no
You're
citizens
swearing
escape
so
or
much to
we're
my
done before
Christian
we
chat.
get
That's
started.
unbelievable, even though I swore myself or whatever. I mean, Shade is just a true example of where the writing in this game's gone. Lots of fuck words because we're the adult game. We've got cocaine in it. We got stealing in it. We steal money.
All right, let's wait it
The
out.
cool thing on Road Rage, honestly, is the fact that you have this little preparation phase where you're assembling the trap, quote unquote.
Set off the alarm
You're
as soon
putting
as
down
he's
the
realized
wheel
what
ramps
happened.
for the
Get
path
ready.
to come. So if you have an idea of like what's about to happen, then you can work in advance. I do think that's really, really cool, but again, there's just nothing really going on there outside of this. It's like 3 things that you can do. Something that you'd wish they'd work on, but nah.
That's
Another
what we
missed
call a
opportunity,
hostile
which is
takeover.
honestly just Payday 3 in a
Alright.
nutshell.
Grab the remote steering device
Missed
and place it
opportunity.
on the truck. We'll use it to override the vehicle's controls. Hook me up to the vehicle and I'll get us going.
Can you not say button?
I'm connected, but it'll take a second.
Oh wait, right. No,
There's
I
security
don't
in
see it
place to
censored, but
prevent
others
this sort
do.
of takeover.
Shade isn't the character. She's just an announcer that
The
swears.
driver's trained to stay in the truck. So
She
he
doesn't
won't
even
bother us.
announce all that much. Like sometimes she just says things for the sake of saying things. Not even really related to the mission.
Stay on your toes.
Or sorry, heist.
Just a few more seconds. And done.
Ow.
Okay, now we can get this truck to where we want it.
There we go.
We need to get the truck all the way to the ramp at the end of the construction site.
I love the Glock in this
baby is
game.
tough, but there's a weakness in the underbelly.
All the pistols in this game were super fucking weak, and the Bren that I was using earlier was just shredding in comparison. And you'd think that, oh, maybe the ammo for this is better. No, not really. The Bren basically never runs out of ammo either. It's great. But I think if you use Expose or whatever it's called now, use the Glock, then you can get a one-hit headshot in. But only under specific circumstances. Yeah, so we've got the cool preparation phase that falls flat, and the music also falls flat in that sequence. It doesn't really build up any suspense. And then you've got this, which depends on how many players are in the session. So if you have one player in the session, then this thing is going to move very slowly for the entire time. And it doesn't even work with bots if you remember correctly. So you'll be pushing an objective for a long, long time. Which is just incredibly unnecessary. Payday in general is a lot about waiting. You've got so many drills in Payday 2, you've got drills in Payday the Heist, you've got segments where you're just defending an objective.
Keeping off the cops, and this will be a smooth ride.
Even then I can't excuse this because it's such obvious stretching for time. Having to escort an armored vehicle when you might as well just let it drive on its own and have cops try to disable it. That would have worked so much better.
Almost there, gang.
Care of that clunker.
Houston's fucking down.
Houston is fucking down. Just proving my point earlier. Talking about the specials again, they reduced the time it takes for snipers to shoot you to roughly about a second. And you've got weapons like the sniper, the lever action, the marksman rifle, the M308 thing. And those are obviously very accurate because it's their gimmick. But then you've got guns like the SMGs, the assault rifles, which you'd think would also be able to hit the snipers relatively easily, but they still have loom going on. The longer you hold down the shooting button, the more inaccurate they get. And when a sniper takes a second to shoot you, to eliminate all your armor, and you have a gun that obviously has larger damage output, but is less accurate, that is once again frustrating. Also rip Houston. Lance didn't stand a chance. But because of that, I just think the change of the sniper, which may or may not have been caused by a certain YouTuber that we're not gonna mention this chat,
The back doors would take forever.
it's
Luckily,
just
there's a weakness in the locking
so...
mechanism that can be exploited by rewiring the panel on the undercarriage.
I don't want to say in poor taste, just like the developers have no idea what they're doing. They're just changing values for the sake of changing values because someone complained. Like, they don't actually look at the bigger picture. Why did he go in custody? What happened? Well... Did he just go into custody? Am I...
They're coming in 30.
Okay.
Get to those cables. We're almost in. There, it's open. Now get into the truck and grab the loot.
Yeah, so you do all that just to sit here and open deposit boxes. Which is basically armored transport. But in armored transport, you were waiting on drills and defending them.
The right buyer, this stuff is worth a
Which-
fortune.
You know, also stretching for time, armored transport was quite weak looking back. A bunch of heists, different locales doing the same shit. But the base gameplay was just 10 times more exciting. With the gunplay being a lot more punchy, with the audio being a lot more punchy, with the specials being a lot more threatening. The overall experience just, well, more interesting and more tense.
They deployed the hostage rescue team. Girl is down.
Oh, no. Wow, that sniper actually fucking missed me. Crazy.
Hurry, Clover's down.
Yeah, that was... that was the example. I just had to prove my point. The weapon blurm. On some of the assault rifles, most notably on the AK and the M4, if you burst fire rather than holding down fire or just have fire in general, you'll be a lot more accurate over the long run. Which is silly, but also like, yeah, I mean, I guess. It's just that no one playing Payday really wants to tap fire. It's not a tactical shooter. It doesn't have elements like Battlefield in it or something. Oh. Payday 2 kinda did. Because David Goldfarb worked on it. David Goldfarb, who also worked on Battlefield Hardline and Battlefield 3. Actually, I don't think he worked on Hardline. He worked on 3 and Bad Company 2. And he'll claim the game all for himself as if he's the person that made it. So many helicopters flying nearby. It's kind of dangerous. Other side, okay.
We need to get at least 6 bags. After that, it's all bonus. That's 1. 5 bags and counting. That's
I really can't tell if the speed of the game has just increased since launch. Because I think it never really changed, but it's more down to the armor, really.
Let's get out of here. That's it. We have what we came for. It's up to you.
The game initially came out and it had the different armor system, where armor in general was just a lot more limited and people were more reliant on the armor bags. This heist was very tense because you were constantly out in the open. There was little to no cover, which is honestly just bad map design, but
Grab the
it's
ropes and harnesses and rappel down to the
given.
ground.
Now it's just running around a lot, which probably detracts from the heist a little bit. I liked it more when it initially came out. Okay. I think that's Mandarin, so we've got Chinese players in Paris. Makes up for all the times that I got matched into Japanese and Chinese servers at one time. Oh. He just leaves. Doesn't even want the payday.
Cops are not backing down this time.
The $2 million. Yeah, I used to like Road Rage more. I think it's a mix of like
Fantastic work,
Heat
gang.
Street, Armored Transport, Greenbridge kind of, but in being a mix of all these, it kind of doesn't carry any of the strengths with it. Especially now with the armor system being so weak. So Sugoi Kawaii. I don't know if you're saying like Sugoi Kawaii in regards to Chinese players being in my lobby, but I don't think that's Sugoi or Kawaii. I think they use different words. Yeah, Road Rage exists basically. You know, I honestly forgot about weapon challenges for a second. Didn't everyone do the weapon challenges on Touch the Sky though? Like sitting in the bathroom and waiting for everyone to storm in. I remember that. Let's use the SP Model 11, which is an M1911, but in 10mm or I don't know. 10mm? No, 9mm. Who cares? The weapon names in this game suck. Some of them are kind of taken over from the previous game, some of them are from Or Against the Walking Dead, and some of them are entirely new and made up. Or the presets, which don't make any sense either. Anyway. I mean, Road Rage had the distance for the sniper kills and our 99 box, I guess. But people forget about 99 boxes. And Dirty Eyes, yeah, if you were on the other side of the street. Yeah, Dirty Eyes. I was checked out. Dirty Eyes is like Payday 2 obviously started out with a lot of more basic heists, with a basic bank hit, with a jewelry store hit, to accentuate the fact that we're starting out from the bottom. And over time, there were more and more bigger hits, which were really, really special, with ever-increasing stakes, which was definitely a neat little touch. Dirty Eyes, I think, could have been a good introductory heist in this game, where it has all the elements of what a tutorial should be, specifically for the elements that can be in stealth, while also not being too punishing and loud. But it also allows you to do this thing where you go loud, well, loud quote-unquote, and just go in and steal as much shit as possible, because you're not required to grab everything unless you're playing Overkill. Which was really cool, actually. You also have someone cool stealth in here. I thought the stealth was kind of nice. One of the few situations where you could actually work together with your friends. Heeb.
Who's this now?
Yeah. The lady.
Guard, stay back.
I forgot to check the... Yeah. The whole thing about the element of the manager in this heist, so you kind of timed, I think, was a pretty neat little touch. So you have some semblance of stakes on the line, so you can't just be... bumbling around for 10 minutes. And yeah, I mean, someone is going to be waiting and stealth. In Payday 2, during the early days, when there was still a semblance of balance in the game. Oh god. You usually had people kind of like specifying, like having one special set of skills, like more stealth focused skills, or a mix of stealth and loud skills, or someone who just goes all in on loud. And if you were the person that was all in on loud skills and you joined a pro job lobby, doing a pro job in stealth is the easier option.
Not to freak you
God.
out or anything, but your doctor called.
Well, yeah. Anyway.
Fuck! Someone sounded the alarm.
But if you had the lone skills, then you'd usually be waiting until the stealth player was done with his bullshit. You still had to...
There goes our cover. Gonna scram.
Yeah. Obviously, if you saw... No, never mind. They added that later on as well, I think. Aren't you able to see people's skills now? Oh, you aren't. If you see other people's skills, you're a modder. And if you're a modder, then you should be kicked in the first place. I say as I run around with mods.
Tie down some civilians. I can use them to negotiate with the police.
There was a time where people were getting kicked out of Payday 2 lobbies for having just basic quality of life mods installed. Those were the days. I'm so scattered with my thoughts. Anyway, yeah, so you got the stealth in here, which is kind of interesting. It has some nice elements, which I think kind of encourage team play more than No Rest for the Wicked does, for example. And then Road Rage has no stealth elements in it. I don't care about stealth, but I like the parts where you can do stealth to skip out a couple objectives. And Dirty Eyes definitely lets you do that. No Rest for the Wicked, on the other hand. All the steps leading up to opening the vault itself basically end up being for nothing if you go loud at any part during it. If you go loud when the vault is open, that's your thing. You can happily do that, but it's just such poor design. So you'll be working towards trying to get the vault open for 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes.
30 seconds.
And then one of you makes a mistake on the way, and you just lost all that progress. And now you have to do the loud route from the start.
Zappers.
It is incredibly annoying and frustrating, and I remember mentioning that during the beta when I was playing by myself.
Safety's
And then I
off.
thought,
It's go time.
well, maybe they're going to touch upon that in the future. And they didn't. Honestly, most of everything that I mentioned during the beta I thought they would touch upon, they didn't. Oh, well, if they did, very half-heartedly.
Cops are bringing in naders.
Back again with the spawn closets in No Rest for the Wicked. Whereas there, it was the elevators and the main entrance, because they'd spawn outside, come from the streets sometimes, depending on where you are. On Road Rage, they usually jump over fences. And on here, they also jump over fences, right here. Which is why everyone congregates here. Like, just bodies, Jesus Christ.
Kill everyone.
And they also come from the main street over there. Right here. Which, if you paid attention in my Payday the Heist video, you'll know that I generally think it's okay to have very focused spawns like this. But I also think that the heist layout itself just makes it very easy to funnel them in one way. And because of how this game works, it's also incredibly easy to just pick them off as soon as they come around the corner. There's no stakes on the line. When you do get overwhelmed, you just kind of sit there and keep clicking until they're all gone. And if your armor breaks in the meantime, then wow, I'll pick up an armor plate and I'll be done with it. Or if you have the reactive plates or whatever they're called now, the impact plates, you won't even be doing that. Other than that, you've once again got an objective that you're waiting on, unless you've secured everything, which is just cleaning. And you've got the extra objective of getting the diamond, which they already have. Or diamond, whatever it is, I forget already. Yeah, there's also... There were multiple problems that Starby supposedly couldn't replicate, including things related to the Steam Cloud and your controls, where your controls would reset every single time when you rebooted the game, and it had to do with Steam Cloud trying to sync other things for this game from the beta still.
Catch your breath, but stay alert.
I ended up fixing that eventually, but that took way too long. And then obviously the marking bug, which took certain members of the community harassing streamers, going into their games and mass pinging things until their FPS drop. That was really cool. I would never do such a thing. Well, if they don't have skills, then... One thing that you'll notice on this side is the fact that this is a big cloaker spawner. I think there's 2 of them on this map. And if you have the FBI van running, then they can stock up there. Literally queue up like 5 cloakers. So when one drops down, you can kill them, and another one will drop down right after. I don't know why this happens. This is also not the only heist where this happens. It also happens on... Dirty Eyes, and oh, this is Dirty Eyes, and Touch the Sky. And I think...
Okay, time to get
Oh god, I forgot about the art gallery. Under the surface, yeah. Under the surface is great spawns for the cloakers in general. Or sometimes they can spawn on their set of stairs. And then there's also Houston Breakout, where a cloaker can spawn inside of a room that is locked off sometimes due to like very basic RNG going on. And he will be in there, and you can hear him. And if you have this skill, then you can even mark him with a flashbang or a smoke grenade. But you won't be able to kill him unless you pick out the... what's it called again? The HT5 sniper, and pierce him through the wall. As long as he's around, though, there will be less cloakers around in general, so you might want to keep him alive if you have him there. Basically what I was talking about earlier, because everything kind of funnels one way or another, and because of the armor system, you don't really feel like... Oh, wow, okay. You're really under any threat at any given time. It makes it super easy to hold off an entire army, an entire wave all by yourself without taking much damage. The stinks are just gone.
That's 1 bag. That's 3 bags. 5 bags and counting.
But again, this game is heading in a more horde shootery direction, so I guess it's a good thing. Jesus Christ, okay. Oh god. Oh no. I fell for it. I was reloading. No! And I get gassed too. Well, I should have just gone for the escape. I don't know what I was doing. Too busy with killing. Such a nice guy. Actually helped me, crazy. Honestly, whenever I play this heist, at some point I just started using the escape on the roof. So it doesn't leave and it's just 10 times easier. Get that armor. Then again, it's also just like the stakes of you missed the first escape and now you have to run down the street. There's just nothing going on. Like maybe you'll have a sniper threatening you or you're running past the dozer, but cops can pass over here. Like they will start rushing you. And I remember when the game just came out, I was sitting here with one of my friends and we were having a very, very tough shootout. No resources, no armor bags, no nothing. And it was really tense. But it was also kind of unfair because we were just being drained of resources with no way of getting them back. But working off of that would have been nice. Now the game is just too easy. I mean, I say yes, I got tased earlier. It's not just like it makes you run down a street. It's running down a corner.
Perfectly executed, people.
Dirty Eyes, I think, like, in comparison to Road Rage and No Rest for the Wicked, has more things going for it. But is also really weak at the end of the day. There's more things going on, but there's still not enough going on. The cycle like keeps continuing with this game, really. Alright. Let's use the boys and blue weapons. After Dirty Eyes comes Rock the Cradle. Which... Rock the Cradle is a heist that was really broken. And one that I don't like playing all that much. I don't know what to say about Rock the Cradle other than trading is really good here. I like the fact that it's kind of like Nightclub in Payday 2, but not really. It's like Nightclub if it was more purple. I think the soundtrack was very John Wicky. Either John Wick or Cyberpunk. Is it even worth playing or buying delivery charge? No. Delivery charge is like $8. For $8 you could get a good meal. And a good meal would bring you more joy than buying delivery charge would. You'll play delivery charge like once or twice, maybe 3 times to see what it's got. Yeah, delivery charge is an improvement over Party Powder, but it's not an $8 improvement. True! So true, bestie. What I... Go? Aren't there supposed to be guards here? Is that randomization going on? Holy shit. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe there is a randomization in Payday 3. And no one cared about me lockpicking that door. Whatever. Rock the Cradle, I feel like I have to intentionally get caught because stealth feels like busy work. Hello?
You heard me the first time.
Okay, there we
Let's
go. I have done the stealth on this like a handful of times, and I thought that it was okay at best, but also... Yeah, but this is overkill and the guards aren't here. They're supposed to be right there. Where are they? Like, they just called in sick for the day. I remember one of my friends showed me that you could get the crypto wallet real easily in loud with a favor because it was bugged. And at that point, I just decided there was no reason to play this in stealth anymore. Oh, okay. One thing I'm entirely disappointed by is the fact that it just seems like... Well... I mean, I guess you have the club music, but the music just seems to be lacking on this heist. Like, the stealth section of the track accentuating the club music. Something that Diamond Heist does to a certain degree, where there's a stinger going on. Like Stinger from Crime Boss. Yeah, right. Anyway, I don't want to play this and stuff, so... Silk Song came out.
Smile for the camera.
Lesser stealth, where are all the guards? What the fuck? No, seriously, where the hell are they?
What was that noise?
But there's he. He's not the guy that I'm looking for. Ah. Man. There we go, finally.
Hey. Hey.
Watch out! I'm driving in.
Well, yeah, I have to drill through this anyway now. Usually, whenever it's loud, I just, fuck with the front guards. And take their key card, immediately open the door, and then go loud. This is so easy to just bait them.
On the ground.
Not far now.
Trading this was actually a lot more important this time around. And nor was for the Wicked, as I said, as soon as the thermite goes off, the assault wave would immediately start. In here, you can delay it for quite a while, so if you have hostage skills, you can be a major asset to the team.
On the ground. On the ground now.
Generally, there's a few things going on in here. It just went live. Just out. Okay, it doesn't work. Damn shame. I don't like bringing hostage skills because on half the heist, they're entirely useless. I have a dedicated hostage loadout preset that I just don't use. I'm just too lazy to switch to it. I even called it like, this is for fucking hostages. And I just don't use it. Can I do this still? Is there a chance? Yeah, okay. Right. I'm gonna start securing once most of the objectives are done. Me and Shay, we have a lot in common. We swear a lot.
Focus, people.
Shane swears a lot because she's poorly written. I swear a lot because I'm dumb. We are not the same.
Be careful. They're deploying cloakers.
Looking for the keypad code on loud here again.
Get ready. Here they come.
In Dirty Eyes, you had the element of looking for where the code would be on a computer, which isn't really explained, I guess, but I mean, if you're paying attention, it's whatever. On here, it's just going around and finding the correct numbers. As in, like, you look at the keypad and you'll see the fingerprints. And then you know, okay, which these codes could it possibly be. But, if I remember correctly,
Keep an eye out. Hostage rescue is on this.
and I'll check in a minute, as soon as I pull this fucking drone.
Cops are sending in the sabotage squad.
Oh god. Good flying cloaker. Where's that? Right here. They disabled the fingerprints. You have to do a certain objective for the fingerprints to show up, when before they would immediately show up, you could just look for the code from the get-go. That was a really cool decision. Very unnecessary. I don't know if this was one of those like, anti-speed running things that they did, because they did something similar with Touch the Sky, for example. Wow, this is a mess. Me fidgeting with my MP7 because I just feel like it. Tell me it hurt. I mean, I obviously know that in Paid with the Heist, for example, it's also really easy to get overwhelmed very quickly. Because there are just a ton of comps on the map. Whoa! Okay. I get it. Fuck. But in comparison, it's just like 10 times worse here. Especially with where the comps are coming from and how they spawn. And how they swarm you. So you just surrounded by 20 comps, they deal little to no damage. This doesn't feel challenging at all. Not like it was much better before. Not like I want something like a sniper to take out your plate instantly. I think there's a balance to be strong. With the movement, for example, the movement plays a big part in here. It's just going in the entirely wrong direction. Okay, so what we got 9-0. And now the fun begins.
More cops on the way.
0,
They're in 30
9:30.
seconds.
3, sorry. Go. Was it 0930? Am I tired? No, that, huh?
The cops have arrived, and they don't look happy.
There's a... Okay. I like how that barely shows up. I actually have no idea where the... He's... 0933?
They deployed the hostage rescue team. Dozer's coming
Oh my god, screw you. That was the first time I've ever seen that. I
Hoxton is downed.
don't know what to say, honestly. Didn't really trade any of the hostages earlier. Damn shame. Most of them are gone now. Well, I do have my armor bag. First person to use an armor bag since the armor rework. I said earlier John Wick Cyberpunk, but honestly... Is this the correct track even? Am I tweaking that hard? In the Road Rage Heist track, I feel very... I feel the Andrew Hulschult influences. The dude that made music for the new Doom games DLCs as well. I think the newest Doom game, I'm not entirely sure about that. But Doom Eternal, the DLCs, he did music for that as well as does. Pretty good. Also Rise of the Triad, I remember. Which was definitely a game. And I mean, it's difficult to step in the shoes of Simon Dickland and to actually pull it off. It's even more difficult to do something original that ends on its own. There are a couple of Payday 2 tracks which I've really liked, some of the later tracks which weren't made by Simon. But somehow I just never felt like any of the Payday 3 tracks hit for me. They all just felt either too slow, or they didn't fit the heist theme, or I just got super tired of them. The Road Rage track, honestly, I keep saying that it sounds like Andrew Hulschult.
Keep your masks on. This isn't over yet.
Like a very scrappy Doom Eternal track. And I can't even remember what it sounds like. It just doesn't stick out. That is how bad it is. I'm not gonna blame Gustavo Coutinho himself. It's Gustavo, yeah. I think it's just more down to a lack of direction as well as the game that the music is attached to. The direction is what makes it. If you don't have any direction, you just work with what you're given. Yeah. I mean, again, the music is attached to the game. The music is supposed to accentuate the game, but the game itself just doesn't have much going for it that makes it feel distinct. Especially now with it kind of like heading more into a Payday 2 direction. It loses a lot of its originality. And in the music, it's also felt. I like the Road Rage track. I think it's fine. But again, it's just like, when I think of some of the Payday 2 tracks, like Black Yellow Mobius or Time Window, I remember what they sound like at the top of my head. I can't say the same for most of the Payday 3 tracks, especially because they're not really shown off anywhere. One thing I don't quite understand is why they never added a jukebox of any kind. The jukebox was a relatively early addition of Payday 2.
Wow, that was some party. Glad
and the jukebox would definitely help with how god awful the main menu music is at this point. I don't like hearing it anymore. I'm sick and tired. I'm tired of seeing it. MP7 is honestly pretty fine. I like it. Let's use the Ziv commando. I haven't used that one in ages. And the Rick and Scratch in the Boys in Blue track is great. I don't like the Boys in Blue track very much. I think it is a little all over the place and not very... Again, it doesn't suit the heist at all. Probably because they wanted to prioritize fixing them with the non-existent resources. Hi, Hooligan, for the 5th time. Hello, Narco. There are a couple things where, over the course of the game, getting post-launch support, where I just think the things that they've done were someone's passion project. Someone was bored at work trying to make themselves busy, where the resources could have gone into something else. I just don't quite understand why some things are still lacking, for example. Hello, Nico. Hello, Snoozers. But under the surface, wow. I already couldn't bring myself to say much about Rock the Cradle, and Under the Surface I just think is such a boring and poorly made heist. For example, there's a specific painting that you need to get, that you need to find, or well, a couple paintings that you need to find. But if you get this specific painting, then the final charge immediately kicks in. So, if you aren't quite sure what painting you currently have bagged, you will start the final assault. And there's not much more that you can do about it. That sounds pretty bad, and it is pretty bad, and it's pretty unfun. And yeah. Also means I just don't like playing this heist very much. I think I've done it like in stealth. Whoa. 3 or 4 times. For fuck's sake. Yeah, okay, you got the cool movement controller where... Oh, it's tummy hurt again. Yippee. Sometimes you desync, or sometimes you don't stick your landing quite right, and then... Yeah, you get put into a laser, or in front of a camera. And then it's over. Which is really silly. One thing about replayability of some sort, if you want to call it that, I guess it's about the memorization of the levels, which randomization of stuff like keycards and smartphones lying around can further the replayability, I guess, making it feel fresh, rewarding those who keep the spots in mind,
More cops on the way.
but also, in the same breath, I think that you can do other things
They're deploying zappers.
to increase the replayability of a heist, to make things... Yeah, if it had less QR codes, yeah. Like, the keycards are fine, because when you have a keycard, you can use it on all of the doors. So if there's one keycard, like in syntax error, for example, then it isn't much looking around. It's one time looking in a couple of spots, and you're done with it. But in here, it's just more of an Easter egg hunt at that point. Yeah, right. Panel spawns somewhere. Just got it. And now we get to the circles. I know it's more talked about in the sense, in the context of golden showing, but circles, standing in circles as an objective,
Rescue units are on site.
is so creatively bankrupt. And the explanation of them being Wi-Fi circles or whatever, yeah, Wi-Fi hotspots to keep the hack going. It's so creatively bankrupt, and in the context as well with the previous armor system, where it's very, very limited, forcing you to stay out outside of cover, putting yourself in spots where you wouldn't really want to be. With the final assault system existing,
Got clearance to bring in Nader.
it's just a bunch of bad decisions coming together. Not the person who designed the circles intended them for them to be used like pawns. I believe it. How many times are they used? They're on the surface. They're on the golden shark. They're on touch the sky. They're on 99 boxes.
Cops are bringing in
Are they in any of the DLC heists? Did they forget that point? Or rather, not forget that we want from them. Here's circle. Well, if you stand in the Seaver circle, you're not gonna get hurt. If you stand in the Wi-Fi circles, you get hurt. Simple as. Yeah, the circles and 99 boxes. An already terrible heist that I dread playing. With the limited armor from before, forced to stand outside, usually in the midst of a current assault wave. Amazing design. I don't think Year 2 had any Wi-Fi circles either. Did Murky Station have Wi-Fi circles? Oh. Okay. Yeah, that right there was a showcase of the garbage collection that Unreal 4 does, or the Unreal Engine in general does. So useless info just stocks itself up, and eventually it'll get too much, and the game has to clear it out, and it'll freeze. And it does that for everyone. And there's no real way to get around it. And it will happen in the funniest of moments, and you'll get desynced from the server in that moment. So you'll be running or sliding across something. If it wasn't for the desyncing from the server, I think I'd be fine with it. Because the alternative would be way worse performance. Which, I mean, the performance in this isn't perfect, but it could be a lot worse. It could be like Final Boss or Rocky City, which runs at a combined 30 frames a second on most hardware. Which also suffered from memory leaks. Not memory leaks, I mean garbage collection. Okay. I haven't paid attention at all to what was going on here. For real. I think a lot of people just kind of get caught up in this killing cycle because there's such an enemy spam going on.
That's how it's done.
So,
But don't
E3.
think they'll give up
Right.
that easy. Stay frosty.
Splatter. He's already got everything. Primus has a great foundation. A couple of really, really interesting concepts going on.
They'll be there in about 30
And
seconds.
then, for every good thing that it has two bad things. And the quality of the game in general is just not very good. Which is why, as much as I like it, I'm not going to pretend like it's much better than Payday 3. I'm also not going to say it's worse than Payday 3. Some people like it more.
Here they come.
I can totally understand why. I think they appeal to different audiences, both of which like being criminals.
Just rolled in. Shoot out the van's antenna or the cops won't stop coming.
It's also the FBI van as a mechanic. Right. Captain Winters from Payday 2, but this time
Van's antenna needs
it's a van and she's a lady. I know you're joking. I would never in my entire life even consider doing a crime while stream. I am not going to stream the game that our favorite internet grifter Kirsche has played. That's just not something... Oh, okay. That was skillful. Yeah, the multiplayer for Crime Boss was definitely tacked on. It was supposed to be a single-player experience, and people really wanted to play it in multiplayer because Payday 3 was lacking.
Keep an eye out. Hostage
And because,
rescue is
I mean, in
on
general,
the scene.
it was a game with 4 slots. Well, 4 slots, which probably could have been more. Whatever. You know what I mean.
Shoot out the van's goddamn antenna.
Where the hell is the van on here? Why does this have fake paintings? I don't know. So that they can tack on an extra objective to, make you feel like you're very smart.
Time to kill
I
everyone.
like the idea, but it's been executed so poorly. Kind of encouraging this communication between players in a game that is notorious for having piss poor communication between players. Especially when for the longest time people couldn't even communicate with each other outside of the wheel.
Let's get out of there for fuck's sake. The cops aren't retreating this time.
Ah. Okay. Happen again. You could definitely do something funny. You could have, like, funnel this team into an area sort of thing going on. And then do something with the fake painting, I have no idea. But yeah, as I said, they just didn't do really anything with that. So it just seems like a stretch for time again.
Nicely done, gang. Guess they have to.
Why is there blood on the paintings? Well... Okay... You'd have to talk about modern art and what makes art. And obviously there is the trope of artists putting their life's blood into their art. And I think that is probably what they were trying to go for, or just the fact that the artist that made the painting was probably a nutjob. Pick and choose what you want, really. Anyway, up next, I had nothing to say about that one, I'm sorry. Well, in stealth, Shade is usually a little more collected, which makes her a little more tolerable. Yeah. I think some of her lines are a bit on the nose, though. Oh, he's got the funny old mirror mask. A little funny. Which just goes to show, if you think you're unfunny, someone... No, wait, that doesn't work. Whatever. Sometimes people who aren't funny can crack a joke or two that will land. It just depends on timing. Humor is 99% about timing and saying the right words. Lego Morbius. Fuck. Almir doesn't exist anymore. It's 2025. He has left us. Golden Shark is honestly the best third heist in this game. If we're going to say that No Rest for the Wicked is the introductory,
Clover.
like,
Luck of the Irish.
No Rest for the Wicked is the first world bang of Payday 3. Let's put it like this. Then I think that Golden Shark would be my diamond heist of Payday 3 and how much I like it.
Here's
Oh
the
my
bomb.
god, Hooligan, please. Fuck's sake. You're making me miss my minigame. But, I really like Golden Shark with a lot of the things that it does. I like how you have the elements in stealth where you can skip a lot of steps before you go into Laon. I like stealth in general in this. I think it's really fun to do. And I like the loudness as well, even if it ends up being very overwhelming again
Got one.
because of the enemy spawns that were turned all the way up. But there's some things that they did right. And if I remember correctly, then Golden Shark was the first playable, or so it is called in the game's files, I think, the first playable heist. Which probably meant that they had more of a connection to Payday 2 at the time still. Maybe level designers were still working at Starbreeze at the time. You never know. I like the soundtrack on here as well. I like the stealth segment. It's very action movie-esque. It's sort of like under the guards' noses, just sneaking around, stealing everything, and I already got through the gate. Okay, cool. Honestly, Golden Shark being first playable makes me wonder what all the super early. Go. I'm scared. Also just reminded me how the doors in this just like to desync
No sightseeing.
to all hell and back.
Show you out.
Oh. I don't think the mirrors are broken.
Authority figure.
I think that's on purpose, because otherwise it'll take too many resources. It was a Golden Shark concept art first revealed and Payday 3 was officially announced. Was that Golden Shark?
Guard over there. You can't be in here. This area is restricted. Come on, move out.
I'm not saying this game cares about performance, but I feel like setting up a proper mirror or a proper fake mirror would definitely hurt performance in this game. don't actually remember most of the promotional material for this game because I didn't really keep up. I didn't watch any of the trailers. I tried to keep myself as unhyped as possible for the release so that if it came to it, I wouldn't be disappointed. And I was still disappointed when it came out. Isn't that great? Whoop. Cool.
Found it.
Compute. One thing I don't like about this is that... Oh. Okay. Is that most of the objectives come right after another. Require one to be done to start the next one in order. I like being able to do multiple things at once, but I also feel like, again, they don't want people to speedrun the heists. Oh. Well, rip.
Alright, let the lady get her face on.
This is again the moment where I talk about how eventually you do a couple objectives and then it goes into loud and you lose some progress. In this case, it's somewhat more predictable because you have the main door open here.
God damn it, that's a bust. I'm not hanging around.
Which means some progress is made. If this was No Rest for the Wicked, you'd start all the way from the beginning and wait on the thermite. Yeah, that's just poorly designed. Anyway, favors. I can't really recall if any of the favors of the previous heist changed something drastically. But on this one, you can immediately pick up the drill parts, in case you're dead set going loud. Does it change much about how the heist goes? No, not really.
I can do hostage negotiations if you tie down
But it's kind of cute, I guess. Trading is also really important here, about as important as on Rock the Cradle, which, I mean, I guess one of the favors there is really important, but only because it was bugged for the longest time. Yeah, I mean, that was, again, No Rest for the Wicked, even with the hostage trading, where they tried showing off that you can use the hostage trading to really delay the assault wave for a good chunk. And then they have an objective that immediately kickstarts the assault, invalidating any of the hostages you have lying around. Like, they do one thing, or rather they say one thing and then they do another. And that happened multiple times. Even with marketing.
I'm tracking another assault team. They'll be there in about 30 seconds.
And if you want to talk about marketing, then obviously it should also be noted hyping up an update and then not actually releasing it. The thermite didn't trigger the assault in the beta, correct? People were abusing that, or quote-unquote abusing that. They were using it as intended. And it would delay the assault for so long and the thermite would be done by the time that the comps rush in. And that apparently made the game too easy, so they changed that deliberately. It was a deliberate change. I don't remember if it was already in the beta or if it was for release. front here, which I think is actually really fun. You've got people in the back doing the objective, quote-unquote, which I think would have been a smart idea if there were multiple objectives going on while the drill is going, such as, for example, the camera footage being deleted, like on PAYDAY the Heists, so the people in the front killing everyone are actively defending the people in the back to encourage some kind of teamwork. But instead, people in the back are usually just sitting around or picking up the spawns that are coming from in the just like a sunroof thing. I'm too poor to really know what a sunroof is. What I mentioned in No Rest for the Wicked, pulling the pistols around hostages is pretty nice, because it happens here if you have a lot of hostages. Which is also why it's important to have some of the hostages in the vault area. But then, in the vault area, there's fire extinguishers everywhere, which immediately kill the hostages as soon as they go off, and they have a wide-ass radius, and they used to take out all your armor. Fire extinguishers were deadlier than most of the cops. Yeah. Me when I used the game mechanics given to me. They had this like, push and pull, I guess, with the community of just trying to really stretch the mechanics to their absolute limits. Which just makes me wonder if the game was tested at all. Because usually you have QA. Well, QA mostly looks for bugs and stuff like that, right? But they'll also give basic feedback on balancing stuff, just to make sure things aren't too broken. They'll push mechanics to their absolute limits, including actual gameplay stuff like the movement controller, for example, how you move around, how you jump. And it just seems to me none of this was ever tested on. Or maybe their feedback group that ended up actually playing the game and giving them feedback was super limited. Which would probably line up with things that we've heard for some of the DLCs, specifically Party Powder, where a lot of influencers, including I think Kane Noli, talked about how the developers are just stuck in an echo chamber where they're constantly like being, what's the word? They've got their yes men who are just saying everything they're doing is great in order to not get pushed out of the program, and any feedback that they do have just doesn't get touched upon. And I feel like even during the earlier phases, that was probably something that was going on, or the giving the feedback just didn't give a shit, didn't say anything, or the feedback that they were giving was just entirely ignored, which is probably the more likely option. I'm at sub at 60 FPS right now. There are 15 comps in the vault area. A couple specials for extra effects. OMG, hello HW.
Take a moment to regroup and be ready when they come
It's
back.
just too much. I mean, I can only repeat myself, but I think this game should not have more comps on screen. It should have less comps, but deadlier comps. While still having the idea with the armor system being regenerative rather than being limited. It would make the game way more intense, way more gratifying to play. They would also have to tighten up things like the movement mesh, the nav mesh, so that the comps know where to go correctly. I also just realized that Zidane is a moderator in here. I forget ever doing that. Death by frame drop. It's really, really bad because on some parts of the map I'll get like 130 frames. While I'm streaming, by the way, which stresses resources even more. And then, as soon as I look in the main entrance area, I'll dip down to like 50. never heard that line before. Jacket got fucked up. Great. Good writing. Oh. Ow. Yeah, you're a moderator. Because I trust you. You're my friend. Hello, Techie. Can I still take Techie as a hostage? I can. Cool. Okay. Yeah, this bug was never fixed. That's good. Woo. I really haven't talked about human shields at all. They're a mechanic that exists. They have a few skills that work together with human shields. And they were kind of shown off in promotional material from what I remember. And they also didn't do enough with it.
Get to Jacket! He's down!
Oh, they're struggling. Oh god. Great. Using sociopath to actually kill people versus using sociopath to rush over to your friends who are stuck on the roof. Still a couple. No, it's just. Is there anything left down here? Surely they didn't pick everything up. No, they didn't. But still like that.
That's 4 bags. That's 5 bags.
It's really obvious with the human shields that they just start gunning it for you with absolutely zero regard for their own life. I can get it, but it's just so
6 bags.
it's unfun, honestly. In Cook-Off, it's really apparent. You can take a human shield, sit on the top of the stairs if the lab is at the top floor. And then have 2 people sit at the stairs with the FSA, the shotgun, and just shred everything. While one person's cooking. I think it's a mess to play now with how many spawns there are. I said it again. But I still think it's generally a really okay heist. I like playing it and I played it a lot, and I know someone who played it 90 times for the Mask Mania event. If you remember the Mask Mania event, then you deserve a veteran's discount, even though it was only a year ago. If you still haven't seen the masks in the game, well, we've seen one of them. Anyway, from Golden Shark, we have finally reached 99 boxes. $99 boxes is so stupidly unfun to play. But it has iced tea in it. You keep mentioning the fact that Golden Shark has the locked voice lines. And I don't think I've ever heard them. Or maybe I've heard them. I will live. Probably, I mean, I'm gonna say it right now, there's a chance that I will fail 99 boxes. If I do die on it, then I'm not going to restart it. Let's put it down. Yeah, let's do open containers. Not sure if I've ever used that. 99 boxes has some interesting things going on. Where I think in stealth it's sort of enjoyable, but in if you've ever worked on an essay for school or whatever, you'll know that you'll put in a lot of effort in the first 15%, because you know that your teacher won't be reading the rest of it. For the base heist selection, I think that Starbreeze definitely did something very, very similar. They put some effort into the first half of the game, and then for the rest of them, they were like, yeah, you know what? Just put the same objectives in both stealth and loud, with little to no difference between them. I think I was sat here talking to someone, and I just kept hitting the buy button over and over and over again over the course of like 30 minutes while we were just having a conversation. I was so bored. I needed something to do. Let's sneak on through. Also, look how I'm not acknowledging the big fucking trans pride flag in the distance. I installed that mod, and I never looked back. Don't even know if it's actually supposed to be the US flag in the base version anymore. I couldn't care less. I don't want to see that flag. Yeah, I get caught. But I'm just in a private area, so
I will need you to come with me.
now I get escorted all the way out. Part of me understands why there's this walk of shame, as you could call it, but also, like, couldn't they have made it fade to black and just teleport you outside, please? This shit is so boring.
I'll let you off with a warning. Don't wander off again.
Right, there's the guard with a QR code here. I'm dying has joined. Okay. One thing I will give this community is the fact that they can come up with some incredibly creative names. Ah, for fuck's sake.
You can't be in here. This area is restricted. I think you took a wrong turn. Please follow me.
Yeah. I thought that during the beta, they would eventually start shooting you if you got caught too many times, but that wasn't the case. Instead, if you keep pushing a door into a guard, even if he's not alerted, he will eventually get angry and start shooting you.
All right, come along now. Don't trespass again.
Don't trespass again. And then I trespass again, and he doesn't do anything. Curious. Again, to make stealth less of a chore. Oh, God.
You shouldn't be in here.
I just can't get in.
No sightseeing. Come on, I'll show
You
you.
the one with the QR code? No, he's got both of them already. Doesn't matter. Well, I guess I could say I'm holding off the guards, yeah. This is on purpose.
I'll let you off with a warning. Don't wander off again.
Fuck.
You can't
Yeah. Can I really say I'm getting frustrated or constantly getting caught when I know it's my own fault?
Stay out of the
Nah, I'm just gonna blame the game. I'm gonna say the game is bad. Unlike Payday 3 stealth, getting rid of some instant failure states. I don't like Payday 3 stealth also adding some more. I mean, I like not having instant failure states. That is a thing that, generally speaking, takes away from the experience overall. But I also think that some of the things that come with that are kind of unnecessary. Like, for example, being escorted out. Yeah, terrible gameplay. Stream sucks, I go to bed. What's happening over there? In Payday 2, my god, okay, you know what? Killing you. Oh. Okay. My fault.
Time to switch plans.
Entirely my fault. This is the worst display of anything that I've ever done. Incredible. In Payday 2, you played stuff like Framing Frame, for example. Framing Frame Day 3, but also Day 1, I think. You were able to kill enough guards that they would start sending in new ones, which I think was kind of a neat little thing to do, because it gave you more.
You have 30 seconds
There we
until
had
the assault.
another
Lock and load.
garbage collection moment. You had some control over how risky you wanted to be with
They're sending.
taking out guards or... Okay, Shade's not even going to tell me what they're sending in, right?
Okay, time to get messy.
I'm not sure how Payday 3 handles that, but I do think that in general it's a lot more lenient, which is nice. But then there's the lead guard, which kind of takes away from it. God damn it. I can kind of understand when the lead guard exists, but also he's just a little annoying. But he only exists on the highest difficulty, if I remember correctly. Like, playing on very hard is really appealing, though. Yeah, there's one thing that Payday 3 has done really, really badly. It's the difficulties. Because the difference between normal and hard are barely noticeable. The difference between hard and very hard is barely noticeable. And then the difference between very hard and overkill for the longest time was huge. Like on very hard, you seemingly took 4 shots. God damn it. I forget what I said about the cloakers in my video for Payday 3, but they're a little fast, they don't really give you much to work with sometimes, and they can kick you around corners. The worst part is when they kick you around corners. I have enough clips of that. I can make an entire compilation of me getting clipped. It's annoying. Ow. Was that really the explosive barrel that killed me? That is embarrassing. something that you don't see happen anymore. You're dying from health damage. Someone again. Yeah, 99 boxes is amazing because it has the more explosive favor, which before they nerfed the barrels and fire extinguishers and stuff like that, was one of my favorite ways to just fuck with people. Can't really do any friendly fire, but if someone stands next to an explosive barrel, you can shoot the barrel and kill them almost immediately, taking out all their armor. It's great fun. Don't do that, that's actually very mean. How did that hit me from here? And there's your Wi-Fi circles. Hello, hello again. It's the 7th time. The lead guard was meant to counter the strategy of killing as many guards as you can. Yeah, that's what I figured. That's pretty obvious.
That's how it's done. Just don't let
Somehow.
your guard down.
Even though the page limit is supposed to do this. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, page limit, what I was going to mention is, in Payday 2 there were skills. You started out with 2 pagers, and if you had Smooth Talker, I think it was, you would be able to answer 4 pagers, which is really, really cool. And with that, on some heists, you're able to kill a lot.
Police assault incoming. 30
Okay.
seconds.
You're able to kill a lot of guards, taking out a lot of the issues. For example, on the Noble Bank heist, you were able to take out pretty much all of the guards, including the camera operator. And then you could just steal everything without any care in the world. That obviously makes stealth very easy.
I smell.
If you ECM rush and take out everything, then you have
Give it all they...
no difficulties with the rest of the heist anymore. Not wanting that is a given. You want stealth to be a little more challenging. But also, I guess it's one of those cases where it's using the tools that you're given, because ECM rushing would require having the ECM and some skills to go along with it. Oh, dominated.
Time to kill everyone.
Right. I forget. Also, hello, girl. Favorite pastime standing above fucking nowhere instead of a circle.
We got
Yeah.
the quantum components.
One of the main reasons why I don't like 99 boxes. Very, very poor objectives. I think I'm also just getting so tired of this game to the point where I don't have much to say about most of the heists. But last up is Touch the Sky. And then we're through all the base game heists. I said that Golden Shark is probably my equivalent of Diamond Heist, but Touch the Sky is pretty close in that regard. The lead guard wouldn't need infinite pages if you patrolled the entire map now. I mean, yeah. If you made the lead guard more than just a guard with infinite pagers and you actually changed his pathing so that he would go into spots where you could possibly hide a hostage or two, I think that would make him 10 times more interesting and maybe give him a little more personality. Oh, they should hire you as a game designer. But even for things like the Nader, for example, I think they could have done more. It's just missed opportunities everywhere.
Lucky lady.
None of the favors. Touch the Sky has sort of cool venting sequence. Currently, Guards is very poorly designed in general. True! He was absolutely supposed to be a rotating mutator and not much more. But then he popped up on overkill 99% of the time anyway, so maybe he was an attendant mechanic, I don't know. Yeah. Inevitable failure, I think, just ties also into resource management of some sort, I guess, if you want to claim pages to be a resource. He moved.
Alright, we're playing a new game. Called Move, and I'll fucking kill you. Your turn.
More pagers than the average guard. Still wouldn't be enough, I think, to really set him apart. The rare times where you rush to get an objective done before Loud locks it out.
Got a guard.
Guard, stay back.
Now, I'm not entirely sure how the lead guard interacts with the ECM in this. Probably because I just never really used that one at all. But, was the ECM even in the game or not? I think it was. One of those things I just absolutely never paid attention to, because I just don't care about stealth at all. Oh, Jesus. And once again, we're at unlocking Wi-Fi circles. Ugh. In this case, I can kind of understand the reasoning. Guards patrolling the map, you're supposed to stand inside of them. Supposed to avoid... okay. Supposed to avoid attention while you're doing all this, but it just ends up being so boring.
You can't be in here. This area is restricted.
Camera.
I think you took a wrong turn. Please follow me.
Guard over here.
Oh. There we go. There's a friend, the lead guard. Oh, motherfucker. Ugh. Oh, this sucks. There's a skip with the thermite on here where you can obviously get the favor, or I think you used to be able to because you can't do it anymore because they actually changed that because we're speedrunning this heist. Again, using the tools that you're given to play the game the way that you intend to. But yeah, at that point, I guess you could also just argue video game logic. Like, why do we need to drill through? Why are we using the thermite and first world bank to drill to get through the roof over the vault when we could also use the thermite on top of the like stair area to burn through the roof and instantly get it to the vault area, the general vault area, and then using the second can of thermite to burn straight into the vault. This sucks. This is true. This is one of the big things that you hear me saying a lot when I'm playing this game. 5, 7.
Oh, I heard something.
Ah! What?
Drop your weapon. Put your hands up.
I'm calm.
Drop it.
Okay, this doesn't just suck, this is dog shit. This is awful.
Sorry, control. Radio fell off my belt.
What the fuck do you mean?
Please don't tell my supervisor.
Oh my god.
Wait till I'll kill you, fucker.
No, obviously I could use this as an opportunity to talk about how always online is a mistake. I'm not going to do that, because that is a topic for another day that I have much more to say about. Instead, I'm just going to say these servers are shit. And the movement thing, which is the movement prediction on the server side, is horrible.
On the ground!
Now it's time to find... Oh, I think he already escaped. No, wait, we got it. Shit. Oh. Yeah, right. No, he did have... Wow. I'm impressed. 5, 7, 11. That's a lot of stems that we just skip. Again, I really like when you're able to use stealth to skip some of the objectives for loud.
You have 30
I enjoy that a
seconds until the
lot.
assault.
I also
Lock
like
them up.
when the objectives are varied between loud and stealth. It's obviously difficult when you have such a small heist, such as Touch the Sky,
Bringing in the big guns.
but
Dozer's coming.
I think they do enough to kind of set the two routes apart. With the poison, sort of like hitman elements. I do enjoy that, but it's kind of dragged down by the fact that the lead guard exists, and could be worse though. Definitely one of the heists that I enjoy more, which is why I've played it a lot more. I would say probably my third most played heist.
Keep an eye out. Hostage rescue is on the scene.
Oh right, I have grenades now instead of stuns. True, yeah. I know you're joking, Hooligan, but it's very true. Because of it being such a much shorter heist. I spent...
Clover's down.
Okay. My god. All the times that I've ever talked about the dozer, do you have some filter on? Was this heist always or yellow? I mean, there's color grading on pretty much every heist, but I have a mod that increases the saturation, which I think I might still have installed, which might make this look a little more yellow than it already does, but it does look yellow by default. I did install that mod because I thought this game could use more colors. I still think it does. I think having a varied color palette is really important for a game. God.
Time to kill everyone.
Don't know what I did with this. Oh. Oopsie. I'm trying to think of things to say and I'm not really paying attention to the game. Thoroughly my fault.
Stay sharp. Cop sabotage squad rolling
God.
Wolf is downed.
With the limited resources that they have at the moment, I don't know if Starbreeze is ever going to do anything about the specials feeling either too strong, or the dozer, or not strong enough, like the taser.
Guess they ran out of cops, but they're still around.
It's like I
so don't
want them
relax
to do
just yet.
something. I want them to spice up the experience, set things apart, make things feel special. And then most of what we get is like a gun that we don't even get. Like, yeah, we have a gun in the works. It's coming out soon, but we have to delay it for a good reason that we're not telling you why. I'm still very upset about that.
30 seconds until they hit you.
Not far now. You should be able to see me.
Ammo bag, right here.
Someone actually playing Wolf. I mentioned it in my video as well, but I just cannot accept the new Wolf. He doesn't sound like Wolf at all. On Diamond Heist, I remember the skybox was very, very pretty, even if on the PS3 it took a lot of resources. I think that the general area in here is also kind of pretty, even if you don't spend as much time looking at it, and you kind of have to jump to really get a good look of the river down there. But Unity Wolf. It's like when in Payday 2 they always did the free alternative to something that was locked behind DLC. Like the free grenade that was slightly worse with cooler animations.
Or wanted.
The Wolf in this just feels like the free version to the previous Wolf. Anyway, that is all of the base heists knocked down. If I had to rate them, I would probably say Touch the Sky, Golden Shark, Dirty Ice, followed by Rock the Cradle and Road Rage in the same spot. Then Surface, No Rest for the Wicked, and last place 99 Boxes, because 99 Boxes is so boring to play and it doesn't look like anything. And then you've got the container yard environment, which just ends up being very boring. And then you have the warehouse, obviously, which you also have in Party Powder now, and Delivery Charge. Amazon. I've never really been live for over 2 hours. That's crazy. Let's do First World Bank just to round it off. Playing one of the heists that I thought was relatively good. Do I have... Maybe I'm starting to become colorblind, but I really wish they would change something about the skills here. Hey, wait, they're doing that very soon. Skills 2.0, just around the corner. Probably not. It's probably going to take another year, but whatever. Do I specifically have grenade skills in here? I can still see my skills like this, right. I don't have expose on here. Mademoiselle Moose. I'll use this loadout instead. while I really like First World Bank, I do think that the quote-unquote redesign for the third game was a little unnecessary.
You know why you're here. Stroll on in.
Everything is a lot bigger and ends up just... It makes the enemy spam a lot more apparent. It all kind of comes back to that. Everything's bigger, everything's grander. You still have the rough layout, but you also have a couple more extra areas, like... Okay. Okay. You still have the metal detectors trying to keep you off from there. Queen. Red. I'm not sure if I actually ever... Well, that's fine. I'm not sure if I ever actually stealthed First World Bank in this game. I stealthed it on PAYDAY 2. I thought it was interesting. An interesting take on adding stealth to a heist that didn't really have stealth before. I assume a lot of it is pretty similar in this game though, just with the informant being replaced.
Fantastic, you actually listened. Now stay the fuck out of there.
Still red. Yeah. There's also no Bo Anderson here, which you could see as a bonus.
Copy the false log entries on the USB to the server.
Okay, cool. Blue. You can also actually take money from the ATMs on this heist, which is nice. If the camera wasn't looking, I'd be killing him right now. The walk of shame, as I described it earlier.
Please stay out of the restricted areas, okay?
At least he doesn't bring me to the main entrance. That would have been embarrassing. Don't know where those switches are. There's one. Okay, cool, cool. Where?
Don't make this difficult, just follow me.
Yep.
No sightseeing. Come on, I'll show you out.
Thanks.
Oh, teamwork. It's something that you rarely see. It's kind of cool.
Fantastic, you actually listened. Now stay the fuck out of there.
The metal detector is disabled, so you can go on through. Head for the manager's office. You'll have to access his
Wait, this is a
computer.
public area now? Okay. Hello. It's not the manager's office, is it? No. Okay. Is this the manager's office? I don't know. I'll probably say manager's office.
We got it.
Oh, the manager office is back there.
Fuck nut. Restricted area. Let's go. No sightseeing. Come on, I'll show you out.
Shit.
Are you serious? Oh, okay.
Weapons hot, everybody. We got the thermal lance stashed away in the server room. Go get it and start breaching.
Well, yeah, that's what I said earlier about losing your progress. All that progress trying to get the metal detector out of the way and everything, and then God. I know the lasers were there, but
Assemble the thermal lance. Let's see what that gate is made of.
stealth is for dorks anyway. One thing that really pisses me off about First World Bank is still the fact that supposedly, allegedly, Overdrill is still in the works, and we haven't heard anything of it. And it has something to do with the Golden Globe. Big globe.
Down.
Gee. It's coming eventually soon, TM. I also forgot how much I dislike the remix. Or, it's not really a remix, is it?
Time to start her up.
Is it a remix? I mean... I guess...
Make sure the cops don't mess with the lance, and keep topping up that oxygen.
Payday time. There's money to be made. It's a brand new track. Yeah, but I guess it's kind of going for that gunmetal gray. Yeah, that's true. Some of the Payday 2 remixes, because legally they cannot use gunmetal gray. Oh, because of the...
Keep that oxygen flowing. We've prepped some spare tanks. Go grab them.
Don't they own this? Yeah, but I feel like... I mean, that is a fair point. I don't know, music licensing is hell. But I thought the heist tracks were specifically made for the game and are thus property of Starbreeze. Are they not? fabled anyway. It's time to wait another 100 seconds. Just a minute and a half. I think Simon has the rights to the Payday 2 tracks. Absolutely.
30 seconds. Get ready.
Yeah. Which is a shame because some of the Payday 2 tracks are
Cops got clearance.
just as iconic as most of the Payday the Heist tracks, if not more.
All right, people, here come the cops.
If Simon owns the rights to the material used for the quote-unquote masters that ended up on Spotify, then he wouldn't have to go to libraries to get them on Spotify. I mean, that's a given. They made new tracks, they made quote-unquote inspired tracks, like Diet Coke and Continental Grey Radio. I didn't actually know that Crime War swapped out all the Simon tracks. That is really interesting. When they switched, right? Or rather, when they switched gameplay styles, when it went from being the PvP shooter into the PvE shooter, they were still doing the rollout, right? Where it was only playable in some regions.
Time to bag it up. There's nothing between you and the vault. Let's get going.
I totally forget about this every single time. This computer hack. There's a gate right here. It's very ominous because Shade doesn't say anything when she says a lot of things beforehand. Almost as if this isn't supposed to be here and it's just like a further stretch for time. Just to make the heist a little bit longer. It's so unnecessary. Yeah, more waiting. Soft launch first in some regions, yes. But when they later re-released or did it already? After the soft launch, when it went public everywhere, was that still when they had the first version of Crime War, the PvP version? Did it ever go live in the rest of the world?
We tucked away the thermite
Don't know
in the
how
server room.
long it was
You'll
live
need
for.
it to
I don't
break
even
through.
remember when Crime War came out. I don't know much about mobile games. The only mobile games I've played were Ganja Slump and... Oh wow, right, yeah. Also another great thing to stretching in more time is picking up the thermite
The cops are clearing out.
by running back
Stay
out.
focused. They'll be back before you know it.
Can't pick it up beforehand. At least I don't think you can. Ah, you can't.
Shiny door, piss poor vault room integrity. Get to the counting room above the vault and set up the
And then this
thermite.
vault door exists. And it just teases you constantly. Can't even pick and choose which one to go through, I think. Nice hostage conga line.
Add more bags of thermite to have it burn faster. But don't go haywire as you might trigger the sprinkler system.
PvP Crime War was still a soft launch apparently. Interesting. I don't remember when that was, but I have a feeling I might have been 16 when that was happening. 16, 17. Then it was put on hold because Universal published, pulled out of mobile publishing. Universal? I don't know if this is the case. I don't know if this is true. Because of some of the plugins they use to generate the navigation mesh for the comps, changing out layouts in certain parts of the map is simply impossible. Apparently, allegedly. I don't know if this is actually the case. I think it had something to do with sightlines, or legitimately just that they did not switch out the nav mesh between the different variations of the parts being used, the, like, different building parts. Obviously something that'd be really interesting to ask in a Q&A with developers, but good luck finding anyone that actually worked on the game. Just left. Oh, Jesus. I don't like sucking someone off, but I think that Ilya has the most experience of people that have worked on, or that are working on Payday 3 currently, or have worked on the game, because he technically doesn't work on it, right? If he's frustrated by something like that, then something really, really bad must have happened during development for them to actually consider going through with this. I think, personally, when you're in the middle of development, trying to figure things out, like, for example, what plugins to use, or how to set certain things up, I would at least lay out everything that I would like to do, and consider my best, the best tools that I could use, or the best plugins that I could use. For example, Crymos does it. Crymos has some different level layouts. Crymos has like a secret vault. I think it's literally called Hidden Vault, where the vault can be in multiple different places, and comps can still perfectly fine navigate into the vault, even when it's under the main area. But then again, comparing Crymos to Payday 3 again is very unfair. It's very different budgets, but somehow they still cross paths. Because the prototype for Crymos was allegedly, supposedly, made by Lion Game Lion, which Ilya works at. I don't know what's going on with the spawns right now.
They'll need more than that to take you down. Take a deep breath, but don't let your guard down.
I'm really curious if we will ever see that prototype, that Lion Game Lion made prototype someday. I would love to see it. We might see that before Shrubbery anyway.
That cache looks a bit cold. Backing it up should keep it warm and cozy.
And then a few more extra drills, just for the love of the game.
You have 30 seconds until the assault. Check the vents. One of them is unblocked. Find it and throw down the cash. A one-way trip straight to the garage.
No one here is using blue planes except for me and Pink Princess. That's a good name.
The FBI van just rolled in. Shoot out the... That's one. Stand ready, guys. The cops are prepared. That's
I think
three
they were
bags.
trying to catch the bags. We make a chain, but whatever.
That's 4 bags. That's 6 bags. That's 7.
I have a feeling those bags bounced off, but... Oh. Seriously? God damn it. I think this is the most I've ever been killed by tasers in this game. They're usually not a threat at all. I'll just blame the ping.
That's 9. Time to hustle. The fucking cops won't regroup until you're dead.
Hello, dozen.
Time to get the hell out of here. Make your way to the lobby. Pearl is downed.
Uh-oh. Oh god. Again, that looked like those bags bounced off.
I can't get the weapon to you right now.
Please. They even reworked how orbital weapons are dropped and still I cannot get them.
Cops are done playing nice. The assault won't stop until you're dead or in custody. Sorry, can't get the overkill to you at the moment. Two bags left.
Is there still one more? No, it's okay.
One bag left. That's everything. Let's get out of here.
Oh, just at the end. Great, cool. Please. Thank you. Okay, so if you hit the natives grenades and you don't even get a hit marker. That's good to know. So I did hit the guy earlier, but it wasn't enough to kill him.
A lot of chatter. We got snipers and reinforcements at the front. Let's get creative. Cops are not backing the fuck off anymore. You need to move it.
Shotgunner.
Place explosives on that wall. We can blast our way straight into the next door building.
And then you do the same thing that you did in Payday the Heist, where you plant explosives on a wall,
As soon as that wall is
and then you
breached,
look away from
get
it,
the hell out of there.
so that your performance doesn't drop nearly as badly as it would before.
Time to go.
And it's time to rush through. Oh god.
The hostages. Rescue units have arrived.
The fucking armor!
Cops are not regrouping anymore. They'll keep coming until you're dead or in custody.
No, if this is Payday 2, then you'd still have to carry all the bags over manually. thank fuck that's not the case here.
Rescue team. No time like the present to get the fuck out of here. Get to the van.
Yippee! That's first world bank.
I guess the security people will get fired after this. Ah, fantastic.
If I then had to go out of my way to, at the very end of this, rank or put first world bank between my listing, my ranking of base game heists, I would say that it's probably higher than Nervous for the Wicked and Road Rage. Probably like a little worse than Dirty Eyes, Golden Short Can Touch the Sky. I think First World Bank, they should add it to the other games, true. That's basically how you remember it, with a couple of changes just to make it distinct. With the visual overhaul, making it just less appealing overall. And now, with the third game being as horde shooty as it is, it's slightly worse than Dirty Eyes. I think Dirty Eyes, in the context of it being like an early heist, is really good, but the loud on it is really lackluster. And then in comparison, I want to say that First World Bank is a tested formula with a couple of interesting things going for it, like the escape being randomized. For example, we had the escape where we burst through the office complex and down to the basement, the parking garage. But you can also escape by helicopter, which is random. I do like that, that's really cool. But overall, I think that the gameplay just doesn't suit it anymore. It's just like too big and too small at the same time. Yeah, considering stealth, absolutely. Yeah, I don't think that First World Bank is bad by any means. I just think that it's about, like, I think ranking it, I should have put it in a tier list instead and said, like, it's in the same tier as Dirty Eyes. I think it's fun. Diamond District, for example, I would say it was probably... Was First World Bank and Diamond District in the same update? No, Diamond District and... Houston Breakout were in the same update? I already forget. Doesn't matter. That's for another time, where I go through all the DLC heists. Yeah. That was Lana Painting 3 for the day, and I promised I would do this stream, and I managed to actually do it. And I hope it didn't come out too bad. I'm going to take a big break for now. A big payday break, which ends up being a week at most. And then I will see what I do in the future. There was something that I wanted to show off, the weapon modding. Oh yeah, right. For example, that I have 7,639 Candy Funk camos. But also... Oh wait, that's also on a cosmetic. Yeah. The UFO. Good. Congratulations on playing Payday. Thank you. It took a lot of energy. Yeah, but with that out of the way, that was Payday. Thank you for paydaying with me. I hope that you will be around next time when I payday even more. I think. We'll see. But until then, goodbye. Now I need to change the stream starting soon to stream ending. Hang on. No. Yippee. Goodbye. Have a good payday.